Hey all, and welcome back to another video by UmbrasDarkness. In today's video, you guys, we're going to go over all the information I have from the Lost Island beta. We're going to be doing this in 3 parts. The first part, we're just going to go in and we're going to read some information from the actual information inside a game. We're going to be trying to summarize, not read it verbatim. If you guys want more data, you can obviously do that yourself. Second, we're going to hop on over to Instagram and we're going to review the Q&As there. Instagram is controlled by the promotional team of the actual game, so it's a trusted and verified source. I believe you can find these Q&As in other locations, but I figure why not get it directly from the source. Then we're going to hop on over to Discord and verify I've answered everyone's questions from the Discord. We have questions in 2 or 3 channels, and I promised everyone I would do my best to answer the questions that I can. If you guys want to be a part of that, I do my best to serve my community and answer any question that I can. However, I can only do that as well as you guys want. So if that's something you're interested in, the link for the Discord is in the description below. Please join so I can try and answer your questions in future videos. With that, let's get into it. Alright, you guys, so it's inside of the Events tab. Race of Champion Lost Island Beta. Season details and this little eye infogram are the exact same thing. So season details, first and foremost, the background story. With the increasing number of colonies, the resources in the zone can no longer meet the development needs. For the future, many brave Sentinel ants have gone to find their area that is suitable for survival, and now news comes. Season signups are limited. So, R5s are the only ones that can sign up. This is different from Alliance Expedition. R5s are the only ones that can sign up. Sign up requirements. You have to have 50 players that are active within the last 3 days. That number is tracked right here. If you're getting down to 51, 52 players, add a farm, add a something. Your alliance is open for movement for the first 6 days. Make sure that you stay over 50. At midnight UTC on the last day of registration, if you guys don't meet the requirements, you'll be kicked out. That'd be bad. At midnight UTC of the last day of registration period, the alliance that has signed up successfully cannot cancel. So you cannot cancel and you cannot leave the alliance after the last day. You cannot kick out members, and members cannot withdraw. Alright? So if there's any drama, any hectic, anything, you're sealing in your fate for 45 days. You will be working with these people. 52 days, right? Because there's a matchmaking period and a selection period. The original day and 45 days. So, I mean, it's 53 days essentially. No matter what drama, how you feel, any emotions, you will be stuck with these people for 53 days. Alright. Then it says right here, or for those that don't know, the sign up for the first time was limited to 80 slots. The in-game mail says that there will be a plethora of signups, right? Right, so the in-game mail says the registration places are ample in this round. The alliances that have signed up successfully in the first round of the season and have entered the matchmaking period cannot sign up in this round. Right, so it does say that, and it's for server 2 to server 500. Server 2 to 500 can all join, but you cannot join, obviously, if you're already signed up. So the first 80 people will be about a week in advance. Again, I am a part of that first 80 alliances, so I will be trying to bring content as soon as possible. I do have confirmation from Fairy Michael John that it will allow server 2 to server 50, the members that missed, to be able to sign up and register on April 18th. That is confirmation from Fairy Michael John that is how that will work. Alright. After the season's competition period starts, you'll be forced to enter, and you cannot return. Alright, so, as on the very first day, if you don't enter during the first 3 days, right? If you don't enter during the selection period, on the last day, you will be forced to enter on the first day of the competition stage. So you want to enter in the first 3 days, maybe on the last day, right? If you want to stay in your zone for as long as possible. but you need to enter on the last day or you'll be forced to enter. And I mean, we'll know in the next week how teleporting works, if you get to just use your regular advanced teleports, if it's limited, if it's not possible, right? We don't know that yet. So you want to try and select first. Again, I will be 7 days in advance, so maybe that is not sound advice, but we don't know that yet. And then at the very end, you'll be force teleported back to your original zone. It'll be a random teleport. You'll have to use an advanced teleport to reestablish your hive, as the entire hive will be gone. Your alliance will be matched with another alliance for in the same season zone. So the first season zone was S2 to S50. So I would expect the rest of them to be 50 groups, but it doesn't say that. So another possibility is the same migration zones, which is server 2 to 150, 150 to, or 151 to 300, 301 to 450, and 451 to 500. This would make sense based off of the fact that server 500 was the cutoff for migration and server 500 is the cutoff for this. It could also be your season zones are the same as like your mines and your special ant, or not your special ant, your Duel of the Queens. In which case, it's S2 to S100, right? So we'll go over and see if there's any additional information. But as of right now, those are the 3 different kinds of options we have for season zones, if you're curious what opponents you could go up against. Alliances in the season area will fight for Wonders of the Tree. So it'll be just like the War of the Kings. We're fighting for it, but instead of a peaceful takeover, it's probably going to have to be by force. Season milestones will be unlocked in each season, and season functions will be unlocked. So alliances that unlock season milestones sooner will be exponentially put ahead because they'll have those milestones unlocked. However, in order to keep the platform somewhat even, eventually, no matter what, every alliance will unlock that season function. I think that this is really cool because those alliances that get paired in a disparity, right, will also get the opportunity to still be able to compete. All right, so then occupation of Tree of Abundance, the same amount of occupied in the Wonders. Rewards will differ according to your rank in alliance. So this is going to cause some conflict, right? I was R3 and then you kicked me down to R2. I am R4 and now you made a slot because you're merging because of this event. So now an R4 is now an R3, etc., etc. It does matter. Being an R2, R3, R4, right? Different alliance gameplays are already limited to only R3s and above can do this. Only R4s and above can do this. So depending on how different the rewards are, you could be significantly disadvantaged if you get dropped down to like an R1. So everyone should at least be an R2, and you should be filling up as many slots of the 30 R3s and 12 R4s as you can as the R5. And then this part, when Season Lost Island ends, rewards will be sent via in-game mail. That really worries me. People struggle to fight for 1 day of SVS and get rewards at the end of the day for server versus server. This is saying that you're not going to get rewards for 45 days. How do you keep that kind of momentum up? So hopefully there's still daily rewards and stuff like that other than server versus server, because we know that we'll be able to complete server versus server every day, which we'll go over again in the Q&A. During competition period and settlement period and seasons, rulers can obtain rich rewards. So this part I do like. During the competition period and settlement period and season, rulers can obtain rich rewards. So this gives me hope that it will be daily rewards. You'll have to work with your alliance, so hopefully things work. But again, after the season ends, unclaimed achievement rewards will be sent via mail. So this says unclaimed, so there's still hope that it'll all happen daily. Rulers can increase honor by occupying resource nodes, collecting. When completion period ends, rich rewards will be sent to the ruler according to ruler's honor points. Sweet. All right. 13 areas of Lost Island Zone, and each area contains a certain amount of sub-areas. The sub-areas are 8. According to the abundance of resources in each area, they are divided into initial areas, clash area, and abundance area. You have the very center, then you have 3 clash areas, and then your abundance areas are where, or your initial areas are where your alliance initially ends. So less amount of resources, and the initial alliance conquering the last island. Rich amount of resources that the ruler can develop anthill and enhance anthill power there. So this is supposed to be the solution. Enhancing anthill power is supposed to be the solution to those that have finished build day. I'm one of those players that will be done with build day, likely. And then abundant area is the Season of Wonder tree, so that's where you'll fight for like War of the King. Not War of the King, but basically fighting for the tree, right? Alright, Central Fortress of the Lost Island. That's the Season of Wonders of Abundance is the Central Fortress of the Lost Island. You need to defeat station troops and all of the durability to occupy, just like you would during War of the Kings. Again, this is not War of the Kings, but easy comparison. Members will be given a bonus, not titles, but a bonus, right? Rulers can teleport to the neutral territory of this area. So it sounds like even if you're not there, you haven't developed to get there, you'll still be able to participate no matter what. The occupation of the tree will give you better season rewards when it ends. Wonders are in the central area. They defeat station troops, all durability, get a wonder, they give you bonuses, can teleport to a neutral territory, more season rewards. Common Fortress, Central Fortress of sub-areas, station troops, all the durability, give you more bonus rewards. You can teleport to neutral territories. Tunnel of the Fairy, key fortresses towards other areas, defeat station troops, all the durability. So this is key fortress towards other areas, so that way you can, like, what it appears to me at least, is invade other areas that are surrounding in order to PvP against those areas. Alliance Blockhouse. Alliance Blockhouse provide initial alliance territory and safe area. So I think this safe area will be really important for like pre-gathering on Monday in order to gather for Tuesday. Only members of the current alliance can teleport to alliance territory. The ruler in the safe area will not be attacked by the rulers, nor initial attacks towards other anthills. And then the blockhouse cannot be attacked as well. So it's like a safe, guaranteed area. Again, I think this one will be crucial for PvP, or for pre-gathering Monday going into Tuesday for server versus server. Alliance territory, there's no station troops difficulty bonus for wild creatures, and then alliance members can only attack fortresses connecting to their alliance territory, so you can only grow outwards. You can't just teleport to a random location and just be there. Alliance Tower, right? So this is another ranking thing that's different. Alliance R3 or above ranking members can consume clay to build up the Alliance Tower. So that means that this is limited to 43 players. You can expand the Alliance territory, but it's needed to connect with current Alliance territory, right? So that's how a tower works. Only your Alliance members are allowed to teleport to your Alliance territory, as already discussed. And you may constantly destroy the durability of Alliance towers, right, so that's that PvP against the other 8 alliances. When the durability of the enemy's alliance tower reaches 0, the provided territory will disappear. So if you're pre-gathering a little bit farther out and you lose the tower, you're screwed. Clay. During the season, building up an alliance tower will consume some clay. Alliance members can add clay to the alliance by completing daily tasks. So I think that this will be like 500 daily points, right? So this will be really important in order to do that. It also means like 30-hour pre-gathers won't be a thing because you'll probably have to hunt wild insects and stuff like that. Reputation ranking of Alliance members will affect the number of seasoned soldier ants gained from occupying fortresses of Alliance. The more active you are, the more special ants or the special troops you'll get. Special troops, in theory, are stronger than like T9, T10 troops, but you have to slowly gather them and they'll disappear at the very end of this. You can't carry them from one season to the next. Personal gameplay, seasoned soldier ants for free, right? You're never going to create them. Seasoned soldier ants can only be treated in the seasoned troop camp, which I'll show you in a second. We do have a picture of that. After the season ends, they'll stay on the island instead of returning to you, right? So you don't get these overpowered troops. There's a new gameplay for seasoned resource nodes. Defeating station troops and resource nodes will destroy all durability to occupy the node. So instead of just being able to gather that resource, you'll have to fight for it, and after you fight for it, you'll be able to gather it. That's pretty cool. Season soldier ants for rulers constantly after it's occupied. Higher level resource nodes will provide more soldier ants. Makes sense. Rulers can increase the limit of occupation of resource nodes in season. So maybe you start off with being able to only occupy 3, but at the end you can occupy 20. We'll see what the ratio or how it grows is. Anthill enhancement. During the season, rulers can enhance some buildings. So this does make me worry about SVS, right? Because 45 divided by 7 is roughly 6.5. So there's 6 weeks of build day that need to be in here. So hopefully enhancement allows that to happen, and you're not pressured to do it outside of build day, because there are some people that are really hurting on SVS build day, right? Obtaining method of enhancement residents defeat high-level wild creatures, which the wilds go above level 15, right? Level 16 and above. So that's going to be really cool and difficult, and it'll be interesting to see what formations people can come up with in order to hit those level of insects. Because we don't have evolutions inside of our evolution tree, at least not right now, that help us against level 16 plus insects either. After season ends, the enhancement features will close and the bonuses will all disappear. Cool, doesn't carry from one event to the next, so a new server and new players don't get punished for not doing the first season. New wild creatures, hornets, will be unlocked from season milestone progress. Cool, another new ant. Wild creatures, much more powerful wild creatures, right? Higher than level 16. Dead soldier ants in season to make them return to anthill after season ends. So if you don't heal up your troops, they die. You'll get them all back in the end. I'm really curious how this is going to work, right? I'm sure that there are going to be people that keep track of how many soldiers they actually lose and if they get everything back. But seeing those power jumps, right, and power swings will be incredible to me. And then Gecko, the much more powerful rally creature, right? So it looks like hornets are like an individual insect that you won't be able to search for. You'll have to find, and then you can hunt them. And then Gecko is going to be like the new lizard. So you're going to need strong people in your server in order to beat that. All right, you guys, the other thing I wanted to cover real quick is this is all we know so far for rewards: exotic shells, bioessence, evolution stuff, and then special ant, right? This is like a fantasy egg. We'll cover as much as I can with this during the Q&A and additional things that we know. And then the map, right? So you got this giant elephant up here, and I will never refer to it as anything other than a giant elephant. You got a trunk right here. You got like its head right here. You got his butt sticking out, and you have his back legs because he's standing up and snorting his elephant real loud. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 territories, maybe 9 right here. Then these are the 3 clash areas, and this is the tree with the land of abundance. So that's as many areas as you're going to get. We believe that it's only 8 territories based off of the fact that the original beta is only 8 territories, but doesn't explicitly say that there. All right, let's hop on over to Instagram and review the Q&As. All right, you guys, so we're over on the Ants, the Underground Kingdoms official Discord. We're going to go through these Q&As in order. One last thing I forgot to mention about the map real quick is that if you go in there, you can look at the map. You can look at like initial positionings. I don't know how accurate those are. We'll know in a couple of days how accurate they are, but you can at least look at them. So you can go over here. You can click this little microphone or that little magnifying glass. And you can just see what all these things look like. And it explains what all of these things are, right? So if you're curious, if you want to see what tunnels are and stuff like that, that way you can at least try to plan, right? It shows where the tunnels are. It shows what areas that they connect to. We're theory crafting here that some of the better locations are like down south or up top, but it may also depend if you like pair inside of your own server, right? If someone else in your server pairs up together, you probably want to be next to each other, and then you don't do PvP against each other, and you just go against another server, or you just go against the other side. So that way you can reinforce that side, and then this side can be weak because you've agreed not to do PvP against each other. So hopefully they don't put servers together at all. Alright, so why should I join season gameplay? You can get abundant rewards as well as a wonderful experience of different from the existing events. So it's something different, right? Especially for the older servers, it's something different. But the rewards are significantly different. Well, how can we switch accounts? So like if you have a farm, obviously your farm's not going to come with you because it's in a different alliance. But will you be able to swap in between those accounts? Yes, you will. And then, is it possible when on one battlefield in the Alliance Expedition Rainforest, so that's it's also the case in Lost Island, you can switch accounts normally? Will new buildings be added to Anthill in addition to the map during the season? There will be a new building in your season troop camp through which information in the season soldier ants. So real quick, let's show you that. If you guys want to do it yourself, I know that appears at Queen 23 because Agent from the Discord pointed it out. I didn't find this myself, but you go ahead and click layout and then you scroll on over. This is going to be that healing pool for the special soldier ants that are going to be right there. So that's what it looks like. If you guys are curious, it looks cool to me. Another member, Ulix, said that it looked like the Raider building and healing pool and trophy herder building all had a baby, so, or something like that. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. You got a little bit of this element. So anyways, regarding the cities that need to be occupied, what are the differences in durability and station troops? As the fortress level increases, the difficulty of the station troops and durability of fortress will become higher and higher. Okay, it's a pretty generic answer. Whether the 45 gameplay is divided into building and battle stages or both of them are carried out in the same time, both of them will be carried out at the same time. So that's cool because the more active you are, the more beneficial that it'll be in the farther ahead that you'll get because you're doing both parts at the same time. Right? Those that play this game more casually will struggle to keep up. All right, Q&A number 2. What happens to players that are left behind? Will the events in the original zone continue during the season? Rulers who stay behind in the original zone can still participate in all the non-season stuff. So you'll still have Alliance Expedition, Server vs. Server, War of the Kings, and whatever mini events come up. Will you consider adding an exit function? What should I do if I find that I'm not used to after joining and want to go back? Once you enter Lost Island, you cannot exit. Be careful of your decision. Right, so if you're on the fence with your alliance, maybe you find a different alliance to go into. I will say you want to be a part of this. Within 2 months of the season, Lost Island, can you still recruit new players after entering? Once the Alliance enters Lost Island, it can no longer recruit new members or kick out the current members. So planning ahead about the participating members of the Alliance is necessary. If you're not sure you're going to play the game for all 45 days, if you're not, emergencies happen, but this is you're going to be stuck there for all 45 days. Will the gameplay map have new evolutions? Can the original evolutions be brought in after the season ends? Can the new evolutions be brought out? 1, there's a new system in the Lost Island, Anthill enhancement, consuming specific items and resources for buildings. So there's no new evolutions according to this. There's only original evolutions, and all of those will take effect. But those related to soldier healing ants will not affect the healing of season soldier ants. Anthill enhancement only takes effect during the season, but not in the original zone and stuff like that. Alright, can I use my own soldier ants? Or do I have to use the exclusive? Your original soldier ants can be used normally during the season, so that's cool. After entering, will zone chat be there? The zone chat for the original zone can still be used, so you'll still be able to talk to all your friends that are in different areas and stuff like that, or that stayed behind and didn't do the season. So that way, in some way, the server can still stay cohesive. I am a little bit nervous how this event will break down server bonding and stuff like that. Can I still get Bioessence? So I know this is a very popular question. There is still a way to obtain Bioessence during the season, which can be exchanged for 4 of it per week in the season store. Please stay tuned. So season store should be free to play items, right? So like you get season credits, and it's guaranteed 4, which Alliance Expedition was 1 at 20k and then 2 for losing, 3 for winning. So this is a guaranteed 4, and there's no like have to be on during this 1 hour in order to get 20k points. So this is significantly better of an option, assuming that this price is reasonable, which again will be a week ahead. I'll be able to tell you the prices. Can I join the event of the strongest war zone? During the season, events like attacking Groundhog and stuff like that. During the season, attacking the Groundhog can still be done normally. Right? So that's why they took away stamina cost for the Groundhog. You'll still be able to hit the Groundhog just like normal. However, occupying squirters will not be available. That does not say kill event will not happen. That says occupying squirters will not be available. My recommendation is to do 0 insects minus collecting fodder and hatching more insects on Groundhog, and then do all of your hatching insects on kill event. I don't know what other things or if anything else will be in there, right? If maybe killing soldier troops of the other 7 servers that are inside of your Lost Island will count, etc., etc. But you won't be able to occupy squirters. You cannot teleport back. So my recommendation would be to keep all insects to do on kill event day, because you'll be able to get to 9th chest just from hitting Groundhog. Will regular weekly events War of the Kings Alliance Expedition be available? After entering the season, War of the King and Alliance Expedition Rainforest can't be participated in. So you're choosing this event over those 2 events. Will rulers still be able to dispatch units to complete construction? During the season, rulers can complete Warzone construction tasks by dispatching unit to Alliance blockhouse. So that's safe building. You'll have less areas to compete with, right? Probably. And you'll still be able to complete it, so you're not losing or falling behind by joining the event on your levels. It will be interesting to see what experience they give and how that's done. But you'll still be able to at least go and do Warzone Expedition every single day, or construction tasks for experience every single day. If all rulers in the zone participate in the season, what about the War of Kings? What should ruler choose for the king and other positions? Even if all active rulers participate, there will still be a War of Kings. Will progress normally, just without the king and the officers. The ruler who is king will have to pass it to another king before being able to enter the season. So War of the King will still happen. Officer salaries will still be sent. You cannot have a title well inside of there, and you cannot participate in War of the Kings. But it'll still happen. It'll still be active, you know. So this will give a chance for like younger, junior accounts, maybe farm alliances, to be able to grow their accounts a little bit more. After the season ends, After the season ends, rulers will get compensation for all deaths and severely injured soldier ants, not to include seasoned soldier ants. Does this mean that our own soldier ants can also enter the season map? What is said that everyone could use the seasoned soldier ants during the season? Alright, every ruler can use their ants just like normal, and death and severely injured troops will be returned to the ruler after the season ends. Meanwhile, in season, rulers can also gain seasoned soldier ants obtained by the season. My impression is that seasoned soldier ants will be stronger, so there's a benefit to doing this, which is simply that you'll be able to compete with those that have like T10s and stuff, because their seasoned soldier ants aren't carrier, guardian, or shooters, or at least that's how it seems. So those evolutions will also not play effect. I am curious how those special ants will be impacted, right? Because there'll be special ants that are shooter, guardian, and carrier specific. So maybe seasoned special ants, you know, are different. What Will 4 alliances form a union during the season? Does the season chat consist of 4 alliances together? On the Lost Island, each alliance is different. There is an exclusive channel during the season, so all 8 alliances should probably be able to talk to each other, and then each alliance is in a different force. Each server has multiple alliances in a different force. I still see like this happening where like all 8 alliances agree to like a peaceful thing, so that way everyone can get the season points, everyone can get all the seasonal rewards, there still be a rotation, etc., etc. So you know, maybe there's some aggressive servers or some aggressive people that don't want that, but I kind of see that same exact thing happening, and I really hope it doesn't. If that's not for you guys, because getting some player versus player also sounds really cool. Will only server 2 through 50, no longer applicable. It'll now be server 2 through 500. Okay, also not applicable. The season gameplay is, alright, also not applicable anymore. We're server 2 through 500 now. After entering the season, all kinds of buffs, upgrades, etc. will be erased. Will these buffs be returned original at the end of season? If not, how do participating rulers compete with off-season rulers? The development progress of each ruler outside will be taken into the season island. So you'll take in everything that you have minus titles. You'll take in all the rest that you have. And the season island attributes obtained through anthill enhancement will disappear after it. But rulers can earn generous season rewards as long as they normally experience gameplay. The overall development will not lag behind the off-season players, and rulers can still get exclusive season special lands after entering the season. These special lands can also be used in the original zone, which can enrich the lineup of the ruler. So that's super cool that there are special lands that you'll only be able to get through here. And we've been told that it's free-to-play friendly, that those special lands should be obtainable through free-to-play means. How that's going to work, right? If they think that, like, okay, pay-to-win can access 2 of them and free-to-play can access 1 of them, or free-to-play is going to have to, like, work over multiple seasons in order to get them, and pay-to-win will be able to get all of them right away. I don't know that. But we have been told that they should be available to everyone free to play in some capacity. How do we participate in the strongest war zone? Rulers compete in the strongest war zone task from the anthill enhancement. Right? So this says for building day points, rulers can compete in the strongest war zone task by anthill enhancement. That means that anthill enhancement will add to building power. It will have to add to building power, and then you'll get points for server versus server based off of the building power increase. What are the ways to obtain enhancement materials, and is it free? Is it difficult? Enhancement items are available for free, so this is not locked behind a pay-to-win item. Rulers can obtain them for the first 20 defeats of level 16 or above wild creatures, which is awesome. The Hornet, a new wild creature, or above wild creatures, and the Hornet, right? So the first 20 insects, so scorpions that are level 16 and above, if we're optimistic, level 30, right? And the Hornets that you'll have to find over time once they get unlocked. And then you can also buy them in the store through the season store. We'll have to look at prices and how easy it is to get season store credit. Because obviously the bio essence will be one of the top priorities if there's creature remains in there at some capacity. So it'll be a balancing act. We'll see, and the cost of enhancing. Maybe it's not needed. We'll see. And the special season ants 1 through 5, it just talks about like where they are and what where they get the inspiration for them. This does hint at 5 special season ants, even though they've said 3 previously, because there are 5 on display here. Maybe this means that there are 3 free-to-play and 2 pay-to-win, right? And then real quick, this is the preview of like a little thing that they put together of the last season. It's a minute. Figure I should play it. Alright, you guys, that was pretty cute. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I thought that was phenomenal. Maybe I should have marked it viewer discussion as advised. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it like I did and put a smile on your face. Alright, so here's a couple of the questions inside of my Discord. First, will we be able to get creature remains on the new map? And if so, do we know how? Server versus server will still be possible, right? For those that have maxed out build day, you'll get build days back. The only question is, how will kill event work? We know that you don't get squirters, but we don't know the rest of it. How we figured out Warzone events, how it's going to happen. You're just not going to be able to do it. What's going to happen to our old server, tree rotations, kill event, etc. Your old servers are going to have to fend for themselves. The zone, I'm very worried about zone cohesion about this. Zone chat and discords are going to be a life savior, but you know, it may be different when you get back. They may have a completely different attitude. Players that you don't realize are going to quit, things like that, you guys. It'll be very interesting. On that note, migration will not happen for at least the next 60 days. Migration will not happen during Lost Island. We've been told that before. So whatever server you're in, plan to be on it for the next 60 to 75 days, because it'll probably take some time after Lost Island for migration to start. No kill event as far as gatherers in enemy warzone or squirters. That's not true. We don't know this gathering in enemy warzone. Squirters will not exist, but we don't know how they're going to work gathering in enemy warzone. If that it's going to be possible, like maybe if you occupy gathering in one of the other 7 locations, maybe that counts as gathering in an enemy warzone. We won't know. Yeah. In the new game mode, going to have Alliance Expedition, so the more power, the harder your opponents. Yes, it is completely based off of power. You will be paired based off of power, so start shedding now if you want an easier lineup. Maybe dumb question, but final goal of New Island will be to take the tree by 0, beating the guards. The Alliance members will be allowed to teleport, okay. But will there be the possible of King of the Island? Maybe a temporary one? Probably not. It says that all Alliance members will get a buff. Maybe the R5 gets like a special crown or something, but other than that. How do you build the Alliance territory and how does it work? You're going to get clay. You're going to be able to expand those tunnels that we looked at. Not tunnels, but those fortresses and those towers that we looked at. R3 and above are going to be able to build those clays. Those can get hit, so we'll have to build it. So it says alliances that sign up successfully for the first round cannot join this one. Does that mean that the next time people will be able to move to a shell alliance to be able to enter twice? No. It's saying that those that entered in the first beta that happened already will not be able to happen again. Or not be able to sign up for this one. And then future events, everyone should be entering at the same time. So the only delay that people are going to have in this opportunity is going to be by a week. Which is great for me, because I get to make content and you guys get to theory and strategize based off of the content I make. If you're interested in that, consider hitting the subscribe button. If it lasts 45 days, what happens to Warzone events for the next few weeks? They're going to continue, and then at the day that you join, it's going to be over. Will we not be able to receive non-reward boxes for Warzone if we join Island? Server versus server will continue. Server versus server will continue. Are we able to change class while at the Island event? Yes, everything will be the exact same. You will change from Cultivator, Raider, Herder. All your buffs will be able to change. You'll be able to gain Warzone Expedition experience based off of whatever class you are. You will lose out on Alliance Expedition, but you can buy them through the store. As soon as I know the costs, you'll know the costs. I'll be making content as frequently as possible once I get my alt account from server 7 in there. But you'll be able to get 4 bioessence instead of 3 or 4. You will still be able to complete Warzone Expedition. If you guys have more questions, if this is something you're interested in again, please join my Discord. That's the best place to be able to work with me. Alright, you guys, if you've made it this long, thank you so much. I know that it was a longer video, but I wanted to get the information out to you guys, and the original stream was twice as long, if that makes you feel better. The stream is still available under lives. Stan and I did the stream. He's a smart guy, has his own YouTube channel. You should go check him out, subscribe to him as well. Thank you guys for those that stuck around for as long as they did. If not, I understand 45 minutes is a long time to dedicate to listening to an old man ramble. I'm not that old, but you know. Huge shout out to my Patreon. Thank you for making things like this possible, allowing me to be able to sit in front of my computer for 4+ hours to record this type of video. Huge shout out to everyone in my community for asking questions and prodding me into making this video. I hope this covers what you want. I know it was longer. Hopefully it was worth it. You guys, you can catch me in the YouTube comments. I'm here as frequently as possible. I try to answer the questions that I see. Or you can find me on Discord. I'm the #1 talker on there. Happy to help as many people as I can. Just understand I have a life. So if I don't answer your question right away, I'm not trying to be rude. Just, I'm not there. Or, worst case scenario, you can catch me on server 260 or server 7. Until next time, you guys, stay humble, stay happy, stay hungry. Bye, y'all.